There are many wires that you can use, but I like the steel because it allows you to paint it and it allows you to prime it.
Elvin Shields twists 16-gauge steel wire into toys, an ancestral craft he learned as a child growing up in a sharecropper's home on Oakland Plantation.
We didn't have any money. You know, toys cost money. So you would sit down and you would decide, what do you want to do? My brother taught me how to make wire toys and everything else. And my older brother taught him. And you had uncles and cousins. We were all on the plantation together. These were people on the plantation. These were close families. And, you know, we lived there generation after generation. And we just carried this on.
He unapologetically refers to his art as plantation toys and says he isn't concerned about commercial success. Elvin wants his folk art to create an awareness and appreciation for all types of art created by slaves and sharecroppers living on Louisiana plantations.
We call it plantation toys. And if I went out and tried to peddle these all over the place, it would be like most people don't want to hear about a plantation. In their mind, that's a bad word. Plantation is a very bad word to them. And I say, no, that's how it all got started, from the plantation.
Elvin takes me to his childhood home on Oakland Plantation, a former slave cabin built in 1860. He restored the home, which is now open to the public at Cane River Creole National Historical Park in Natchez, Louisiana.
There was a lot more going on the plantation than just the cotton and just the corn and just whatever you do on a plantation to make a living. People were doing a lot of things. We had
there was art.
There were art.
For the generations that lived in this cabin before Elvin, life was confined to the property, in service to the land, and those living in what was called the Big House, the plantation owner's home, a raised Creole cottage built by enslaved workers. For the slaves and the sharecroppers living here, art was an escape, a way to find joy in the hardships and preserve identity and culture.
We would make push cars, corn cob dolls for the little sisters. We would do all kinds of stuff. If you imagine it, you can do it.
Elvin left Oakland Plantation in 1967, and after retiring as a mechanical engineer, he became a volunteer for the U.S. Park Service at Oakland Plantation. He teaches young people the art of toy making and speaks to park visitors about growing up as a child of sharecroppers. The Louisiana Folklife Commission recognized Elvin as a Louisiana tradition bearer for his wire toy art.
I've done over 400 of these. Wow. I've given away over 200. I've loaned out to museums and libraries, maybe another 25 or 30 or 40. I've sold maybe 150.
Elvin shows me a wire toy vignette of plantation life he brings to presentations with kids, and he gifts me a wire toy lady, gestures that inform current generations about the legacies and creativity of Louisiana's enslaved past generations.
All over the world, people hear about Clementine Hunter folk art. And people were under the impression that Clementine Hunter was the only person who grew up on a plantation that ever done anything in the arts. No, there were many people doing many things. And so that's why I said, well, okay, I'm going to get this out, and people need to know about it. They need to let their kids know.